Welcome to the Old Horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. Boy, the scarlet and gray already rocking this house. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Gators will get us underway with the opening kickoff. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Offense getting set for first down. Wide out in motion. Off the play fake on first down. It's complete to the left. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line and they'll move the chains. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Man, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the back. Make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Showing the arm strength to the left. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team, and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
The Buckeyes are on the move. Fast motion from the offense. Comes out throwing on first down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, And there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best two conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David. You're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And a nice job by the running back of finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Dropping back, it's Sayed. They've got the screen set up. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, the offense on 3rd down there, they're just trying to spit the ball out quickly and see if they can get a block and get north. But the defense, really nice job getting after the catch, getting a tackle, and now setting up 4th down.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Using his legs, it's Magoo. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered on.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Right back to the well. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. It's complete. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Florida.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
And he tacks on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. At the 45 on his way. Can anyone catch him? The tag. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. A first down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Notre Dame took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2012 Irish team led by Manti Te'o would just take the will of opposing teams. Impressive to watch. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes his connection. At midfield, he's got room. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him. Part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Mr. Two Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. The Gators are flying down the field. Across the 25, he's got room. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Gator!
Number 1 in the end zone.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he closed the deal by racing 35 yards to pay dirt. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down.
Ohio State Buckeyes will take over 1st and 10.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got...
And the sack all the way back at the 5. He was lurking, waiting for his opportunity, and like a gator in the swamp, he went into the roll and got that quarterback.
They did, and I tell you what, when you want to be dominant in this league, if Florida wants to get back to being a dominant team, it's got to be guys like this in the trenches dominating football games.
They've got it at the 20 on 2nd and 5. Motion from the offense. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Man, you hate that if you're on defense. 3rd and long, you got everybody covered downfield, and you let the running back pick it up on a check down throw. You've got to be way better tackling in that situation. That is a blown opportunity for this defense.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Runs through the tackle. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Makes him talk to the hand. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player, but this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
He's got his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry-up.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
A couple of guys there to get him on the ground. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
Timeout, Ohio State.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Zings it complete to the right. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Buckeyes are threatening in the red zone. Give to the back. Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He's back to throw on second down. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Here comes the offense on second down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Let's see what they have in the bag on third and short from their own 18. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Hawkins. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle or force the punt. That is so well done.
Couple of yards short the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on fourth. They'll try to pick up the first. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and that mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that was a big-time error. The fact that you didn't get that, you're now gifting your opponent points.
They're trying to get to him. Back open in the middle. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Trying to pound it in. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on second and goal. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Extending the play. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. It's good.
That makes the Florida 14, Ohio State
10. So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They'll throw it on first down. Gonna take a shot. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's gonna wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. Fair catch called for and made. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. This offense has a second down play. Pulls and fires complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The pull and throw off the RPO. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
And the Gators are rolling down the field. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Hawkins. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. With the catch, it's Hawkins. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And into the end zone. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Here comes the offense on 1st down. They run the reverse. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, as an offense, oftentimes you try the reverse play because you're trying to take advantage of a defense over pursuing and by a lot of defensive team speed. Didn't work right there. Great discipline by this defense.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. He's got it. Spins away. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Florida.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football. He'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. First down for the offense. Wide receiver shows motion. He's looking to throw it. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Here's the handoff. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They put themselves in a hole to start. It's 1st and 20. Handoff to the single back. Just ran over it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Now on 2nd down. To throw, it's Sayin. Pocket starts to collapse. And a flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. The forward pass used to be illegal in football. That one still is. And after the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, this offense faces 3rd down. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. What a snag by the defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Florida 21, Ohio State 10.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Trying to move them on the counter. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got a man. It's Hawkins. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
The Gators have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quarterback sneaks it forward and into the end zone for a touchdown. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Man, let's not overcomplicate this. I love it. Put the QB under center. You know it's a QB sneak. Make the defensive line stop me. That hard to the goal line, it's hard to do. And the offense didn't try to get too cute. Really nice work getting the touchdown.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Tennessee left little doubt. You know, this version of the Volunteers can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program that went 13-0 en route to a national title back in 1998. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full...
And it's slipped out! Oh, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Looking downfield, it's Sayin. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice game.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
The aerial assault continues. Usually see better timing between this senior quarterback and his receivers. That one well behind him.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Well, great job there by the defense, because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
From the gun, the ground game. Tough, hard-nosed running. He picks up 3, but stopped just short. It'll be 4th and 1.
Big moment here for the defense. Can you come up with one more stop? You've got the lead. It's 4th and short. You're kind of in no man's land, so you're expecting them to go for it. If you can get off the field right here, you can win this game.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air, looking to take a shot. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. He'll start this drive firing. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
The They'll go back to work after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 36. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. It's complete. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That 1st down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. And the Gators are marching down the field. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Got the quick pass. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Fires to the middle. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
He's going up top here late in the game. Complete downfield. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Going up top on 1st down. That one comes out hot down the right side.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
It's complete to the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And the Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Unleashes one deep. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. They want to throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Hauls it in. Open space at the 25. Touchdown Gators! And the beatdown has ensued. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just see what...
And he's running in the open. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Fires to the right. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. He will take a knee, and the defense can stop the clock one more time, but this one is just about in the books. You don't want to get carried away. It's still early, but that was an impressive performance to go to 3-0. What do you think? How good is this team, David?
I love when you say you don't want to get carried away. But, you know why you say but? Because we're going to get carried away. Great start. This is what we do. We're going to react to what we see, and 3-0 is exactly how you draw it up. You build momentum, you start to build confidence, and you start to look like a team, Jesse, that might could do some damage later on in the postseason.
So, can they drown out the noise? Can they not pay attention to what we're talking about and how good we think they are and just keep that workman-like mentality each and every week? Lunch pail, show up, blue collar, get the job done. This team has a lot of talent. If they can drown out the noise, watch out.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.